Hello everyone, welcome to a new reading. Today we're doing a friendship reading for Nayeon and Dahyun. So let's figure out how they get along and what's going on with them, that kind of vibe. So the first question is use one card to represent their relationship. The first card that we have is Kato with Build. So the type of relationship that they have, or the card that represents their relationship, is one where they're constantly like helping each other grow as individuals, or they're working together towards creating a future for themselves. So this card could be representing that, they work in a group, they are they're co-workers, so they're constantly helping each other become better people or better at the work that they do, or basically that they're just individuals that are working together to create the type of future that they're aiming for, because they're in the same circle, they're in the same working environment, the same industry, that kind of energy, right? So with the build, I'm getting the sense of like manifesting, the sense of making a brighter future or achieving their goals and reaching their dreams or something along those lines. So in this case, the build is like building the path that they're aiming for, or building the future that they're working on. And in a way, they're like helping each other directly or indirectly by just hanging out together. That kind of vibe. Now let's get one card to represent Nayeon. Well, one card and two came out. We have the Knight of Wands reversed and the Seven of Cups reversed. So the cards that represent Nayeon is this two. And one card to represent Dahyun in this relationship. We have the Six of Swords with a keyword movement. For Nayeon, we have the Knight of Wands with the keyword immaturity, but it's reversed. So this kind of shows that Nayeon is someone that is quite cautious with the action that she takes, especially in this relationship. She tries to, think before she acts. She is someone that is not reckless. That's why I think the immaturity kind of like it's not here, basically, because I do feel that someone that is mature could be quite reckless, is not cautious, and therefore they kind of just jump into doing things. They're very impulsive. So with this card being reversed, this Knight of Wands kind of shows that Nayeon in this relationship is someone that actually thinks a lot before she does things. She is someone that is not impulsive. She is someone that doesn't rush into getting things done, or doesn't rush into taking like the initiative in the relationship. So in this case, it's like she's very cautious when she plans something out. She's very cautious if she wants to hang out with Dahyun or to talk to her or to communicate with her. She's very careful when she like moves forward to like interact with her. That's the best way I can describe it. And with the Seven of Cups reversed, that kind of shows that unless Nayeon has to, she doesn't really hang out with Dahyun. So in this relationship, this kind of shows that, because the Seven of Cups upright talks about someone that has a lot of options, and with it in reverse, it could mean someone that doesn't see their options, or it could talk about someone that has picked one option already, so they don't see any other potentials because they locked in one path. So with this card being reversed, I do feel that in this relationship, Nayeon doesn't really hang out with Dahyun unless she has to. Like, I do feel that both of them have a very just professional type of relationship. But we'll see what the other card to come out later to get a better clarity here. But regardless, the cards here represent Nayeon as someone that is very careful when she interacts with Dahyun in the relationship. Nayeon is someone that is not impulsive, so she plans things out before taking action. And also there is this sense of it's all or nothing with Dahyun with the Seven of Cups. So either Nayeon is like talking to everyone or doing a bunch of things at once, or she's focused on Dahyun and Dahyun only, if that makes sense. So either her energy is like spread out or laser focus on Dahyun, since we're talking about the relationship here. That's kind of what I'm getting with the Seven of Cups. Now, the Six of Swords. So for Dahyun, the card that represents her here is the Six of Swords. So this kind of shows that Dahyun is always in a very peaceful mode. She's always kind of like avoiding issues, avoiding trouble. She has a clear mind and head, so she's not too attached or bothered by what people say or do. She tries to avoid problems, or when she notices that there's an argument or a debate, she can feel that it stresses her out, so she prefers to walk away from those problems and try to like stay in her safe place or in a safe zone. So with this movement, the Six of Swords could talk about someone that, you know, short travels and stuff like that. But it could also talk about someone that is walking away from a problem or an issue that, and since it's sword energy, is like something that mentally bothers them, or like if they're overthinking something, it's like, let me leave that mentality behind and let me calm down. That's usually the vibes with the Six of Swords. So with this card here, it kind of shows that Dahyun is someone that is, in a way, she's very cautious as well, because she's someone that is constantly avoiding problems and trying to diffuse any arguments that people may have. So now let's go on to the third question, which is how do they see each other? So how does Nayeon see Dahyun? We have the Eight of Cups. Sure. So Dahyun... Okay, hold on. It's the Eight of Cups. And how does Dahyun see Nayeon? The Page of Pentacles. Okay, sure. So remember how I mentioned that the card that represents Dahyun is someone that like walks away from trouble? Well, the Eight of Cups, which is how Nayeon sees Dahyun as someone that walks away. Because the Eight of Cups does talk about walking away from something that doesn't emotionally satisfy you. Like, yeah, it can be something good, it can be something nice, but if it's not what you want, you walk away from it and go on a new journey that could be challenging and difficult, but it's definitely better than whatever it is that was offered to them, right? So Nayeon sees Dahyun as someone that does not settle. She sees Dahyun as someone that prefers to be on her own or prefers to do her own thing, which kind of does fit with a Six of Swords of like walking away from trouble and issues and arguments. The Eight of Cups also kind of shows that Nayeon sees Dahyun as someone that the moment Dahyun has like set her goal on something or her eyes on something, she works very hard to get that. Because I'm seeing how this mermaid has one of the cups and like she's holding onto it. So this kind of shows me that Nayeon sees Dahyun as someone that the moment she has a goal in mind, she doesn't settle for nothing less than what she's aiming for. That kind of vibe as well. On the other hand, the way that Dahyun sees Nayeon is this Page of Pentacles. So Dahyun sees Nayeon as someone with infinite potential, someone that has the ability to reach a lot of success in her career, a lot of success with her money and her finances, someone that is very hardworking, someone that when they promise themselves that they're going to achieve something, they do, even if it's like a long, slow journey towards that. This Page of Pentacles shows an individual that has the potential for great success, someone that has been offered or has an idea that they're working towards creating, that it has the potential of being super stable and super successful and rewarding. So this Page of Pentacles kind of shows that Dahyun sees Nayeon as someone that has a lot of potential in just achieving her own goals in this case, which kind of goes back to this build energy, right? But they're kind of both just working in the same circles and then directly or indirectly helping each other succeed. So the fourth question is, how do they like to spend their time together? Oh, we have Strawberry with Enjoy. So how do they like to spend their time together? They like to have fun, they like to relax, they like to chill. With the Strawberry, I'm thinking of like summer, I'm thinking of sweets, like, you know, like strawberry shortcake. I'm thinking of something also refreshing as well. So I do feel that the way that they like to spend their time together, okay, I don't really know them as people, but maybe they like to spend their time together eating sweet things. Do they even like sweet things? You guys let me know. But yeah, with the Strawberry, it feels like they like to just, instead of like just relaxing and chilling, it feels more of the vibes of refreshing themselves. So they like to do, if they ever hang out together, they like to just do something where they can like re-energize themselves with a lot of like happiness and with a lot of like, it's not necessarily full-blown relaxing, let's have a spa day type of vibe. It's more of the energy of like feeling refreshed. So doing something active to bring in more energy, if that makes sense. So it's not like unwinding of sorts. It's more like, let's hype ourselves up. Let's do something that is fun and enjoyable. That kind of vibe. So how they like to spend their time together, just have a good time. Either eating very refreshing food or doing activities that bring them even more energy and kind of center themselves with a lot of positivity. But these activities do feel that is, it makes me feel of like going to the beach, or it makes me think of summer, or going to the pool, or swimming together. I don't even know if they know how to swim. But like, it gives off those vibes. That's the best way I can describe it. Okay, so what do they like of each other? So what does Nayeon like about Dahyun? Well, I'm going to put them back because there are a lot of cards, but it was a 5 of Wands reverse. I can handle 2. We have the 6 of Cups reverse and the 6 of Pentacles reverse. So we have 2 cards with the number 6, which 6 is a number like of balance. Let's see. And what does Nayeon like about... what does Dahyun like about Nayeon? Justice reverse. So first off, it seems like Nayeon has a lot to say because we have a bunch of cards on her side. But the thing that Nayeon likes about Dahyun is the 6 of Cups reverse and the 6 of Pentacles reverse. So in a way, she likes how Dahyun is not someone that dwells too much in the past. Or, I'm getting 2 things. Like, Dahyun is very good at remembering the things from the past, things that happened, things that she treasures, people that she treasures from her childhood and all of those things. But she's not necessarily tied down by past mistakes or past issues, if that makes sense. It's like Dahyun is able to acknowledge her roots and her background, but she doesn't allow those things to get in the way of who she is as a person or who she's aiming to be in life. So if someone ever did... So in a way, it's like Dahyun doesn't... Like, she forgives, but she doesn't forget. That kind of vibe. It's like, if someone ever did something to her in the past, she will never forget that it happened to her. However, she will not hold that so close to her heart to the point that it just brings her more pain than anything, right? So she does enough healing to make sure that the things from her past don't get to her, but at the same time, she just has such a good memory that she doesn't forget what people do to her. So even if she heals from something, she will always remember that experience and how it took her, or like what it took her to heal those experiences. So I think Nayeon really likes how Dahyun is able to overcome issues and constantly remember her growth in a way. Now with the 6 of Pentacles reversed, this kind of shows that Nayeon really likes how Dahyun is an individual that works very hard for what she wants in life, and Dahyun is a person that doesn't... Dahyun could have been a person that had to work very hard to achieve what she wanted in life. Like, nothing was just given to her. Because the 6 of Pentacles upright could talk about very good fortune. To me, the 6 of Pentacles talks about an equal give and take relationship. But it could also mean, like, money that comes out of nowhere, or someone that gives money to the person. The person in this case being Dahyun. So with this card being reversed, it kind of shows that Nayeon likes how Dahyun works very hard to achieve her goals and her dreams. That Dahyun did not have an easy journey to get to where she has gotten to this point. So in a way, what Nayeon really likes about Dahyun is her hard work, her ability to grow stronger each and every day with every challenge and experience that she encounters. So in a way, Nayeon really likes how Dahyun continues working hard in her life and in her journey and is constantly achieving her goals despite all the hardship that she encounters. And that nothing came easy to her. She worked hard for those things. So in a way, like a self-made woman kind of vibe. Now the thing that Dahyun likes about Nayeon though is the Justice card reverse. So this is Libra energy. One of the things that Dahyun likes about Nayeon is that Nayeon could care less about justice and being fair. Now, hold up. One of the things that Dahyun likes about Nayeon is that Nayeon is like always looking out for herself and always doing her own thing, and it's like, life is not fair. You get what you get what you get, and I'm seeing this in a couple of ways. Like Nayeon is someone that does not complain that things are unfair, this and that. It's like, you work hard for what you want, for what you desire. Because it's a bit hard to explain this energy, but like I think one of the things that Dahyun really likes about Nayeon is how Nayeon doesn't complain if life is unfair to her. Because it's like, okay, how, we're all human, we're all people, but we all come from different backgrounds and we all have different issues that we have to encounter. And I think Nayeon is very good at understanding this, and she is of those people that instead of complaining, like, oh, this is unfair, or this is, this and that, it's like she just takes advantage of it. Like, if she had like a rough roll, she works with it. If she got a very lucky roll, she works with it. Like, Nayeon is someone that does not get hung up with things being unfair in the world. She does not get hung up with like having to like go through like a very challenging and bumpy road. She just goes forward. So the thing that Dahyun really likes about Nayeon is that Nayeon just, it doesn't matter if it's fair or not. She just pushes forward. She just accomplishes her dreams and her goals. Who cares if life is being fair? Who cares if people are doing the right thing or the wrong thing? Nayeon is still doing her. She's just doing her own thing to accomplish her own goals. Because with this Justice card reverse, I do feel that Nayeon is someone that doesn't get hung up with like people should do this or should do that. It's like people will always do whatever they want. It's not about if they should or they shouldn't. It's like people just, I don't know. I think Dahyun really likes how Nayeon just judges people by their actions rather than their position, or rather than a lot of things. It's like, okay, yeah, you're the leader or like you're the boss, but like you don't act like one, so why should I treat you like one? That kind of vibe. So I think that's what this Justice card reverse is. And this all feels very intuitive to me. Like the message felt very intuitive. Not necessarily what the Justice card usually means, which is about fairness, harmony. I don't know, maybe Dahyun realized how Nayeon is a chaotic queen or something. So now let's see what they have learned from each other. So what has Nayeon learned from Dahyun? We have two more cards, which is the High Priestess reverse and the Page of Pentacles reverse. What has Dahyun learned from Nayeon? We have the Empress. So the thing that Nayeon has learned from Dahyun is from Dahyun's untapped potential. So there's something like Dahyun sometimes hesitates to take on these new journeys or take on projects in her career, because the Page of Pentacles talks about like a new idea or a project that's being offered to someone, and this is usually connected to career because it's Pentacles energy. But with it being reversed, it kind of shows someone that is either hesitating to take the initiative or does not even see these opportunities that are being offered to them, or do not even notice are not able to ground their ideas enough to be able to like plan them out and take action into manifesting them in real life. So with this card in reverse, I do feel that one of the things that Nayeon has learned is that one of the things that she learned from Dahyun is that there's people out there that have a lot of potential, a lot of great ideas, and hesitating one way or another makes it so it doesn't like pan out. And I know that that seems a bit obvious, like no duh, but I do feel that Nayeon is someone that just takes action, just gets things done. That in a way she has learned from Dahyun how to hesitate and maybe think before taking action, or she has learned from Dahyun that there's people out there that um get held back by their fears. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I think Nayeon is a person that even if she's afraid of something, or even if she does not want to like fail on like a goal in her life, she still goes for it. It's like you don't, you don't lose nothing with trying, or like, I don't know. I do feel that Nayeon could be quite a fearless person, in the sense of like she just kind of like doesn't mind just exploring new things in life, and it's like, let's see where life takes me type of vibe. So with these two cards reversed, I do feel with the High Priestess reverse and the Page of Pentacles reverse, it feels like one of the things that Nayeon learned from Dahyun is that there's people out there that do not realize their own potential. There's people out there that hesitate even if they have all the odds in their favor. Is because the High Priestess talks about manifesting in a subconscious level. It is like we have this untapped potential, so there's a lot of great things within us that we don't realize unless we like intuitively connect to that subconscious, to that side of ourselves, to our intuition. And that's when we start unlocking sides of ourselves or skills that we didn't even know we had within us, right? So with it being reversed, I do feel that Nayeon learned from Dahyun how there's people out there that are very talented, very skilled, and despite that, their own hesitation will lead them to not achieve their full potential somehow. Which, I mean, isn't that like super groundbreaking? I think it's just that Nayeon saw like a different point of view because of Dahyun, basically. And now on the other side, though, we have one of the things that Dahyun learned from Nayeon is to be aware of her own potential, being aware of her own abilities to manifest. Because the Empress talks about someone that is very fertile, and it talks about someone that has, someone that's very attractive, very confident, and because this is Venus energy as well. So this kind of shows someone that is able to use all of their skills, traits, and everything to be able to accomplish their goals and manifest anything in life. So with this card here, it kind of shows that one of the things that Dahyun has learned from Nayeon is to be a little bit more confident, to trust a bit more in her skills and her ability to achieve her dreams and her goals and to manifest all of those things. And with this Empress energy, it also shows that one of the things that Dahyun learned from Nayeon is to not be afraid and just take action, to just, again, in trusting herself, she has this ability to reach those potentials that Nayeon sees in her, as we saw earlier about one of the things that she learned. So in a way, this kind of goes back to like this build card that we saw here with a cattail. Like the relationship that they have is a dynamic that is filled with people that are like hyping each other up and like working together for a common goal. And I do feel that the reason why they interact a lot is actually because they're in the same circles and they're in the same environment, so they know the potential that the other one has, as well as they understand the industry that they're in, and also the goals that each one of them has as individuals. So they're able to, kind of like hype each other up to achieve their goals. And from Dahyun's side, is like she's learning how to be confident and achieve her goals. And from Nayeon's side, she's just getting this perspective and this new point of view of people that hesitate, and because of that, they don't take action. And I do feel that in a way that could also help Nayeon see where she hesitates in her own life and in her own goals. And maybe realize that maybe she's not as free flowing, or like she's not as open to new ideas or as open to trying new things as she thought she was. So she could be someone that is not necessarily like afraid of trying new things, but maybe there's times that she just like rejects new ideas and she doesn't even realize that she's shutting them down. Now to end off this reading, let's go on to the last question, and which is, why did Nayeon and Dahyun meet? The card just flew out of frame. We have the Kohash card, plant, with repel. So what have they, why did they meet? Okay, this is gonna be quite interesting to talk about. I don't know how, if Nayeon and Dahyun get along. I'm just an outsider looking in, so to me, I feel that they don't really get along. They have a cordial professional relationship, and that's about it. Which, is it good or bad? Depends how you see it. I don't think it's bad. I understand, they're coworkers. Just think about yourselves. Do you get along with your coworkers? Do you get, if you're in school, do you get along with all of the people in your class? The answer is probably no, right? Even within family, we don't all get along, okay? There's some people that you get along better than with others. Does not mean you don't love them. Does not mean you don't care about them. It just means that, there's some people that are more compatible with you than others. And I do feel that the type of relationship that Nayeon and Dahyun have is not necessarily bad. It's not indifference. It's not like they hate each other. They're just very different, and they view their lives very differently as well. And with this repel card, I'm getting like the reason that they met was to learn and grow from their differences. It's like on one side you have someone that is very like, let me just take action, let me just do things. And I do feel that in this side, Nayeon is very cautious of Dahyun, because I think Dahyun is very sensitive. And I think that gets on Nayeon's nerves. Like, it really does. Because that's not how Nayeon is. So, but despite that, and also because of that, Nayeon has learned a lot. She has learned how to be more tolerant. She has learned that there's people out there that are very sensitive, that there's people out there that guide themselves by their heart, their intuition, and by their emotions. And maybe Nayeon doesn't really work with that mentality, or doesn't really think like that. However, by meeting someone like that, in a way, Nayeon has learned, at least from her part, she has learned how to work with maybe that side of herself. Like, maybe she neglects her emotions, she neglects her heart, and by being with someone sensitive, she's like, maybe I wouldn't express myself that way, but I'm aware that I have a heart as well, that I have emotions. And on the other hand, I think Dahyun has learned how there's people out there like Nayeon that are very outgoing, confident, and just jump into the unknown with no second thoughts. And I do feel that also Dahyun is someone that tries to not steer trouble with Nayeon, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that they don't have a good relationship. I think they have learned a lot from their differences. And the reason that they met is that despite not really being compatible and not really getting along, they still managed to work with it and get along. And in this case, the first time I used get along, I meant like each other, and the second time I meant get along is like have a respectful, cordial relationship. So this repel card kind of shows that the reason that they met is to understand that being different and maybe not, it's like you have two puzzle pieces that don't fit together. It's like they're so different that they can't see things eye to eye, but there's not enough common ground to understand each other. But despite that, since they're always in each other's paths and they're always together, they've kind of just created this thing where they are able to just like coexist. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned from it, or at least found it entertaining. I think this is very interesting of a reading because I think it was very honest. To me, I do my best when I do these readings to be very honest with you guys, but at the same time, I want to make sure that you guys don't misinterpret what I'm seeing and viewing here. Because there's some other readings, like I have done some other friendship readings where I'm like, yeah, you can tell that these people are just strictly just dealing with each other. And I can see how people may think that they get along or want them to get along, but I genuinely don't think they do. And in this case, I do feel that it's something along those lines, but I don't think they hate each other or they're indifferent to each other. I think that they are genuinely just not compatible. And because of that, it creates a lot of quite a strained relationship between both of them. And I feel it's very interesting, but I don't know if you guys will like that or not. Again, I'm just an outsider looking in, so I don't really know how you guys view the relationship. But regardless of that, I hope you're able to take this reading as a different point of view or a different interpretation of the vibes that they have. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that is, however that is. Love and healing from my part to you, and bye.